There are several variables that a lender will consider on the road to structuring a mortgage. One of those variables is the current appraised value of your home, which is determined by an appraisal of your property. The maximum amount a lender is willing to provide on a second mortgage depends on the appraisal value. Hi everyone, welcome to another video from Mortgage Broker Store. In today's video, we will tell you what is an appraisal, how to find a reputable appraiser, and what does an appraiser look for when making an appraisal. Let's start with the first question and understand what an appraisal is. An appraisal can be viewed as an overall assessment of the state of your property. It is the overall process of forming an opinion of the relative value of a property. This document is very important because your lender will be relying heavily on it when deciding on the final rates, fees, and terms of your mortgage. The appraisal will ultimately play a very central role in determining the overall amount of your mortgage loan. The lender will usually insist on getting a new appraisal for your mortgage from one of their approved companies. All Ontario-based lenders, including A, B, and C lenders, will be assessing this appraisal very carefully. Most lenders will not approve a mortgage without a new appraisal. Lenders will need to approach every property differently based on its unique advantages and disadvantages. The appraisal is essentially the piece of paper that can summarize these individual specifications of a given property. A prospective lender will rely on the findings of an appraiser. The lender will take into consideration the pros and cons of the property in question when structuring mortgage financing. She will be asking themselves key questions. What is the current state of the property? Is there a need for any major renovations? How do the upgrades compare to similar properties in the neighborhood? What is the resale value of similar properties in the area? Keep in mind that there are two types of appraisal reports, the form reports and the narrative reports. Form reports are filled out by the appraiser in accordance with a template, which includes all required information. Conversely, in the narrative report, the information that the appraiser will provide is in written form, rather than inputted on a standard form. In this report, any reasons or rationale behind the appraiser's decisions will be clearly written. It should be noted that most private lenders will be relying on a form report. Generally, this report type is utilized with smaller residential properties or small rental properties with no more than 4 units. Let's move on to the second question. How should you find a reputable appraiser? Just as in the case of any job that you require professional services for, make sure that the appraiser you choose is affiliated with a reputable association. For instance, a mortgage broker can recommend appraisers that they feel confident about. But beyond any recommendation, it is important to know that a reputable appraiser will belong to the Appraisal Institute of Canada, AIC, which is the professional association of Canadian real estate appraisal professionals. This association currently has over 5,000 members across the country. And each province has an affiliated professional provincial association representing recognized and proven appraisers for that particular province. For instance, Ontario belongs to the AIC Ontario chapter of the Appraisal Institute of Canada. You should also know that all professional appraisers must meet the minimum professional standards set out by the AIC to be considered competent in performing the job for you. And now it's time to answer the last question. What does an appraiser look for when making an appraisal? There are some variables that might have an impact on the final appraised value of the property. One of them is the year the property was built. As you might expect, newer properties can have higher value. Therefore, upgrading or renovating a home may increase the final appraised value. Also, a structural problem that needs to be addressed immediately may reduce the value. A home's value can be affected by ongoing issues such as water damage and mold. Finally, comparables in the surrounding area for appraisal estimates can play a major role in determining value of a property. Now you have learned how does an appraisal work on your property. You should also remember that the appraised value will affect both the second mortgage terms and the final loan amount. If you want to know more, you can read about appraisals on our website by clicking on the first link in the video description. If you have any further concerns over the home appraisal process, we can help you at Mortgage Broker Store. Just click on the second link in the description to book a call with our experts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.